So that's the thing. Like I see like a lot of people try to hate on you sometimes too, but it's like the stuff you do is like insane. And it's like I don't think people know like your whole story, like what you're about. Like you like helping the animals. People think you're just doing it just to get views and to do cool stuff. But at the same time, it's like you care about what you're doing. Like you have passion for it.
100%, man. It's like a mix between entertainment and education. But you can't really like bridge that gap these days of just being a straight up scientist. It's not lucrative. Yeah, it doesn't make sense just to fully focus on just strictly by the book education in today's modern society. People have done that before, and they're gone. But the real people that made an impact, they had a twist of entertainment in it, and it really like changed the world and people's perspective with animals. So
I think the only person I ever knew of that done this shit before you did was like Steve Irwin.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
goat, man.
And he was dope. Like everyone, like I loved watching every single video of him because like you were kind of like him. You know what I mean? Like
he's all of our idols.
Yeah, like that dude was badass.
Yeah, such a gangster.
Yeah,
it's cool seeing like guys too that's not mainstream that are also gangsters in that realm. But he was the first one that took it like really global,
Yeah, almost like with TV and like all that stuff like that. So that was cool.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever came across you was in LA. It was with Dan Bilzerian, Live Rich Media.
Yeah, those are my boys.
Yeah. And you were always going all over the world, doing like the craziest like trips. But his trips aren't just like, no pun intended, a bunch of girls like partying with Dan. They were actually like in the forest or in the jungles or in like a village. And I would see behind the scenes on people's close friends and you're like helping the kids. And I'm like, all right, this guy's gotta be somewhat normal if he's gonna like play with the kids and like not just go there for content. We see so many influencers like go to a little village, trash it, pollute it,
make it look like they're there for different reasons.
Leave. Yeah, and they do nothing. And I'm not one to say if that's bad or wrong or right, because I've never done it and I can't, be the judge and jury of execution over here. But I do appreciate the fact that you're able to go to these places and give back a little bit. I feel like you're very authentic to what you do. Obviously, Dan Fleischman's a good friend of ours. You have the ranch. You guys have a lot going on. So when Twitch told me you were coming on, we've never had a time to like actually sit down and kind of get to the root of things. And I'm just trying to figure out, how are you wired to be so crazy and like out of your mind? Like you're probably not human. You're somewhat bionic mixed with Terminator with a little hybrid of maybe Casper the Ghost with how fast you move in the jungle. But how are you able to sit there, look at a snake and be like, all right, most people are going to just look at this thing and run. I'm going to try to wrestle and grab it like Rampage wrestling his coach. You know?
Yeah.
Like how is that possible?
Just extreme focus, I would say probably a bit of obsession too. Since a kid, I've always wanted to study ants to elephants. So I found the middle ground where I love snakes, and it started from dogs. So with the snakes, man, I can feel when I'm gonna get bitten or I'm gonna get messed up.
You watch them like
it's like a gut feeling,